welcome to WRPB and WRPB Studios. You know, I have spoken many, many times about starting this industry and going to consignment shops and the great finds I find and the great deals that are there. With me is David Brebish,
That's correct.
and you're with This, That, and More Consignment.
Yes, I am.
Where are you located?
We are located at 345 Southeast Port St. Lucie Boulevard in Port St. Lucie.
Okay, why did you get into this industry?
Well, we moved here from Pittsburgh and we owned an estate sale company for 30 years, and it was part of our wheelhouse. When we decided to come down here to Southern Florida, we figured let's stay with what we know.
Which is always the best thing to do.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I got to tell you, I have found some of the most amazing, amazing deals at consignment shops. Okay? Why, and I hate to say this, but why do people give up such great things?
Well, sometimes people are looking to redecorate their homes.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes people are, looking to downsize and they don't have the space. So they look at it, it doesn't bring them joy anymore, and then they decide to sell it. I think it's a better option than throwing it into a landfill.
That's so, so true. And what do they say? One man's garbage is another man's treasure?
That's correct.
Okay. What stuff do you carry? What do you carry?
We carry everything from fine jewelry, costume jewelry, lamps and lighting, furniture, home decor, and wall art.
No clothes.
No clothes and no electronics. Those are very questionable items.
It's interesting that you say that because people who go to pawn shops try not to carry electronics anymore either. Because TVs, which were $400, are now $69.
Right.
Okay, so you have to be so careful because you don't want to be stuck with something, and you don't want to take something in on consignment for somebody who wants to get rid of it, and then you can't do anything with it.
That's correct. When and if we have to test everything, have to look it over, we'll check it out. We'll come to your house first. One of our cardinal rules is it has to come from a smoke-free home. You don't want to take something else into your home and it's going to have an odor to it because someone in the house was a smoker.
And furniture does.
That's correct. Even if they've told us, well, we smoke only in the garage and then we come back into the house. Well, I'm sorry. That's going to have to be a pass for us.
Furniture. So I have seen consignment shops, many of them. Furniture takes up a lot of room and a lot of space.
It sure does, and we've experienced that rather quickly. Since opening in March, we've really found a need to look at growing our floor plan. So it looks like we may be taking the space next door to us if our landlord permits us. We've sold down the bare floors twice since March. It's been a wonderful, wonderful stay here in Port St. Lucie from the get-go. The city and its residents have been very kind.
It's interesting because you're in our studios and this space here is 2,000 square feet. We took 600 next door to me and 600 next door to that. So we took another 1,200 that we're adding. So it's a blessing when you own a company and you find that you outgrow it.
This is true. The growing pains are real. It's happening fast. And we're hoping to be ready in our new space before the Christmas holiday.
Oh, yeah, that would be I think that's kind of important. All right, so let me ask you this. Furniture. Everything? I mean, chairs?
Chairs, couches, tables. Bedroom sets are our biggest seller.
Are they really?
They really are. We don't take the mattresses. We don't want to deal in the county health department with those restrictions.
Right.
So we just feel that it's better not to take the mattresses. We just take the frames and the furniture that go with it.
It's interesting. I've been in sales all my life, and there's a thing called KISS, Keep It Simple, Stupid. And that, by not taking the mattress, you avoid, you slim down the chances of people getting bed bugs, people getting dirty mattresses, and the health issues that come with it. Why add that to your plate?
And it's a big chunk of real estate off the sales floor.
That's true, too. That's true, too. Okay, art.
Art. We have everything. We have three-dimensional wall art. We have actually signed prints. We have lithographs. Some really interesting pieces from the mid-century modern era, brass and 3D reliefs.
You ever get anything like that would be famous, like an Urte or...
We did have an Urte in last week.
Did you?
It sold.
Yeah.
We have a Disney hanging on the wall. Very modern, very colorful, and it's truly an amazing piece because it's all the villains.
Oh, really?
It's so for size. It is
oh,
a
so it's a
great
big piece. Okay, so it's interesting you say that because I was just talking to you about a piece that I have that I bought at a consignment shop in my office, which is a signed Disney piece, and I bought it for $6,
Yeah.
and it's worth minimum $900. So you can find some great deals. Okay, how do you know when you go somewhere that, hey, you know what, this stuff is going to sell?
Well, it's different down here in southern Florida. Up in the north, the Pittsburgh and the Mid-Atlantic states, antiques are still hot. Here, they're bringing the antiques down and they're abandoning everything for the beach look, the
Right.
coastal look, the French farmhouse style of living. You can see it in most of the retail stores now. What sells, it's every person has their own specific taste. We try to be neutral. Just because you live here at the beach doesn't necessarily mean you decorate like you live at the beach.
Right.
So we do have an eclectic inventory of furniture and art, and we can tell you right now that, like I said, bedroom sets, small dining room sets, no china closets. No one entertains at that level anymore.
You know, it's interesting because when I moved down here, my wife moved her stuff here too, and she has I guess, a break front, a hutch, whatever,
Yeah.
and with all her fancy um, uh, pottery and plates and stuff. And you're right, I don't ever remember opening. I don't,
This is
except for
true.
wine glasses maybe here and there.
This is true. I think now in today's society, people don't entertain at that level anymore. They'll put it out buffet style. They don't use the fine china, and I think we should maybe look at going back to that.
Oh, without a doubt.
If there's anything that what we've learned over the course of the years that we've been doing this, that family is still the center of everything that happens. So whether that's the kitchen or the living room or the dining room, food is still part of it. So don't save it for good. Good never comes.
Right.
Use it. Make good happen every day.
You know, it's interesting you say that because when I had started in this industry and I would get stuff from places to give away, I would hold it. And then I'd find that the gift certificate was expired or the show passed and is now gone. You're right. Every day is a blessing,
This
and
is
you
true.
should use it. And you're so right. I remember growing up, we used to sit at that dining room table. Okay, that was like one of the requirements of life as a child. Now it's like, oh, honey, you home? Okay, did you eat? Yeah, I ate already. Just grab something or whatever, Or it's like, are you hungry? Yeah, I'm hungry. All right, let's just go out. Okay, so that home core is basically gone. Being in the industry that you were in and still in, basically, I guess you have an eye for what is quality and what is not quality.
Well, my partner Scott, he has an incredible eye for design and style. He's been in the industry, like I said, for 30 years. He started the estate sale company. And then when I came on board, he and I worked together to make, things happen for the brick and mortar portion of it that we had up north. Here, he's taken that experience and he can walk in to any house and he can look at a lamp and say, that's a stiffle. That's an original stiffle. Not many people may know what that is, but that's a $200 lamp. He just knows by looking at it. He's your go-to person for fine china, for crystal, for sculptural work, and the most extraordinary eye that he has is for jewelry, because he did own a jewelry store in Pittsburgh.
Have you come across any crystal pieces, Lalique?
We do have Lalique in stock.
Do you?
We actually do. I'm surprised that you know what it is.
Well, I come from a very basic family. But after that, my basic family, I lived in a world of Erte, Lalique, quality stuff. I worked for a gentleman in real estate. I was in real estate who had a lot of money, and he kind of was like my second father, and he kind of taught me these things, so I kind of know what to look for in certain things. I have, and it seems to always pass my mind, the artist that does all the wild paint art, and I can't think of his name.
Jackson Pollock?
No,
No?
he's very, very famous.
Salvador Dali?
Yes, Dollies. I have 3 Salvador Dollies.
Nice.
Okay. I didn't know anything about any of this stuff, but it's amazing how you can walk into a place like yours and get an education. My mom would go and buy the cheap furniture and say we can replace it. My dad would go and buy the good furniture and say we don't have to replace it. And that is the big difference in going to a consignment shop, because I'm going to guess most of the stuff that you have there is quality stuff.
That's what we really look for. Beyond the smoke-free home, we have to make sure that it is quality merchandise, because the people who are out there will understand once they look at quality, they'll never run over and just get the pressed board pre-assembled piece of furniture.
Sad. It's sad.
We have a beautiful desk in the shop right now, and I know desks are on high demand, but it's a gentleman's desk. It's quite large. It's a marble top. It has a ball and claw foot.
Wow.
It is truly amazing. Came out of a beautiful home in Old Palm City.
Okay, we're going to run out of time, but I have to ask you this. People that I know look for things that are kind of weird. One of the things that they look for is the claw bathtubs.
Right. We've seen them more up north than we have here. I've not had a chance to actually go into some of the older homes. Original Floridians may have had those installed, but we haven't had a chance to come across any of those yet. It's truly unexpected what comes through the door every day.
Right, and that's the great thing about your business, okay? I always said, if I wasn't in this industry, I'd either have a consignment shop or a pawn shop, because every day is a new day.
Expect the unexpected. One day we're getting a sapphire and diamond necklace. The next day we're getting branding irons.
What's, like, for you, like, what comes through the place and you go, I got to have one of those, so I got to have that?
I would have to say different artwork. Mid-century modern is a passion of mine, and we've had some really great pieces, either wall art or sculptural. We had a beautiful piece in last week, and it sold the day it came in, set in stone, and it looked like lily pads rising up out of the bottom of a lake. It was really cool.
Getting into the industry that you've been in for so many years, I guess you have to learn, and I hate to say it this way, not to have an attachment to anything.
They're just things.
They're just things.
They're just things. And like I tell people when we were in the estate sale world, it's okay to collect. Collect till your heart is content. But after a certain age, I think you need to collect the memories, not the things.
Okay. If you have one recommendation for someone who's downsizing, what would it be? I think about it and I say, all right, if I'm going to downsize, first thing that's going is the furniture. Because that's usually the biggest, bulkiest stuff.
That's true. Because depending on where you're going, all your furniture is not going to fit.
That's could be true.
We found out quickly that here versus the north, rooms are smaller.
Right.
You're not taking a 17-room Victorian from Pittsburgh and putting all the furniture in a 5-bedroom house here in southern Florida.
And 5-bedroom is even a lot. Okay. I have a 4-bedroom, and I think that's a lot. Okay. I got to tell you, we got at the top of the time. How do people find you? You have a phone number?
Yes, it's 772-207-7528.
And an address?
345 Southeast Port St. Lucie Boulevard in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
And the way most people are going to find you is going to be probably on Facebook.
Probably on Facebook. You can find This, That, and More consignments just like our name. Look for the colorful logo of This, That, and More.
You know, I say it a million times, use a professional, but I got to tell you, when you walk into a consignment shop that's run by a professional like David, it's a learning experience. It's like almost going into a museum. That's how
it
I
truly
relate it.
is. It's like stepping back in time and quickly moving forward.
David, I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Everybody, have a great day. Check them out. Great store. We'll be right back.